Hello, my name's Angela from Angela Simpson Functional Medicine Physiotherapy. Thank you for joining me. Today I'd like to talk to you about Candida overgrowth and how it can affect your health in multiple different ways. People often think when they have Candida, the most common symptom, especially for females, is to have yeast overgrowth vaginally or a yeast infection. And the other common symptoms, even though people might not necessarily associate it with Candida, but they are commonly related to Candida, are skin conditions. So it can be something such as acne that sometimes women will report comes up more obviously at certain times in their cycle, and they think it's hormonal. And sometimes it is, but it is in combination with the Candida levels being too high, which is actually causing the skin to break out. As well, sometimes women will report dry skin or dry scalp, and sometimes even some hair thinning. And this is commonly thought of as, especially the hair thinning, a thyroid issue. And although it can be related, often it is also related to Candida overgrowth. As well as other skin conditions such as eczema or even an autoimmunity such as psoriasis or others. This can also be related to an imbalance in your good to your bad gut bacteria. And Candida, even though it's normal to have some level of Candida in our bodies, if it is overgrowing, we are getting a little bit higher in our negative gut bacteria relative to our good gut bacteria. And why do we care about this? Why is this so important? Because if we don't have optimal levels of our gut bacteria, our good gut bacteria flourishing, it actually can make our systems more prone to holding on to inflammation, and it also can affect our immune system function over time. And so if we don't have these two things managed and regulated properly, inflammation and immune system function, it can lead to a host of different conditions and diseases, such as autoimmune conditions. It can even lead to cancers down the road. And when you start to get into this category, it starts to affect several aspects of your life. It starts to affect your family life, your ability to interact with your children or with your partner. It starts to affect your ability to work. There's just so many aspects of your life that if you end up going down this road, it affects and impairs your ability to have a life, to function on a daily basis. And so it's really important that you associate that if you do have Candida symptoms and they've been hanging around for a while, or you treat the Candida or you think you've treated it and it comes back over and over again, that you probably haven't gotten to the root cause as to why you have it in the first place. And you need to do this so that you can get those bacteria balanced back out in your gut so you can prevent a disease or a chronic condition from developing sometime down the road. And the most common causes for Candida not being regulated properly actually has to do with your digestive function. So people that don't have optimal digestive process happening in their body, for example, if their stomach pH is actually not at an optimal level, it's not low enough to get the digestive process working properly, they are at higher risk of Candida flourishing lower down in their guts. And part of the reason that the stomach pH can become out of balance, it can become too high when we actually want it low, can have to do with several factors. It can have to do with lifestyle factors, things that we're eating. So sometimes if we're eating things that are higher in inflammation, such as sugar or packaged or processed foods, it actually can start to irritate the stomach lining, and it can affect the stomach's ability to produce stomach acid. So this is something that's really important to look at. The other thing that might not be quite as obvious that can affect stomach pH is stress. So when we are under stress, whether it's chronic or whether it's something that's just come up short term, it will affect our digestive process. So it will actually cause our bodies to produce more cortisol, which is our stress hormone. And this actually does impair the stomach from producing high enough levels of stomach acid. So it's really important that you look at your stress levels and figure out how to manage them better if you are having a problem with Candida continuously returning on you. And the other thing that can actually impair this is genetics. So sometimes people actually genetically don't produce enough stomach acid, and so they are just more prone to having yeast overgrowth in their bodies. And there is ways to manage and regulate this if you know about this. And so this gives you a little bit of a sneak peek, some ideas as to how you could look further into if you have Candida overgrowth and it's stubborn and it's not going away no matter what you do or you treat it and it comes back. How you need to look further into your health and figure out what systems are out of balance and help get them back into balance so that you can not just get rid of the Candida, but you can rebalance the body so that it's not continuously coming back. And if not, it potentially can lead to further health issues down the road, such as autoimmunity, certain cancers, and it will at that point really start to affect your quality of life in several aspects. So if you have any further questions about this, please let me know. I'm happy to talk to you about if you have Candida and it seems stubborn, you can't get it to go away and you're looking for answers, or some other health condition that you've been working on for a long time and you're looking for some solutions, not just to get you feeling better over the short term, but to help return you to optimal wellness over the long term. You can reach me at my website, www.angelasimpsonfunctionalmedicine.ca, and I'm happy to have a free 45-minute consult to chat with you about your health and see if this might be a good fit for you to work with me to optimize your health. Thank you.